What's good, YouTube? Swiftly here, back with another NBA 2K25 video, and in today's video I have another episode of Rare Build to you guys, as you can see on your screen. In today's episode we're going to be creating a two-way slashing stretch four. So with that being said, let's jump right into the video. Now obviously if you want to make this build, you have to make it at the power forward position, otherwise you won't be making a stretch forward build. You'll be making a build with a completely different name. Height, I went 6'9". Weight, I went down to 220, just because we are going to mainly be shooting build, a scoring build, so you kind of want to have that extra speed, and plus this build is meant to play next to a center. This build isn't meant to play center, but if you do play center, you will have the advantage of being way quicker, way faster, and you will also be spreading the floor, pulling their center out of the paint. So that is the trade-off. You're going to be a little undersized and whatnot if you do get placed at center, but the trade-off is that you're going to be way faster and you're going to have the advantage offensively. Defensively is going to be a little bit of a problem, you know what I mean? But outside of that, this is a slash and build. It does have two-way in the name because we are going to have some defense, but again, keep in mind that the way the contest system works in this game, it can still be, a slight issue, Wingspan, you can go 7'1" or 7'2", either way. It's totally up to you. If you go 7'2", you get a little bit better attributes, like as far as, defense is concerned. So I'm going to go 7'2", but if you want to go 7'1", you can go 7'1" as well, too. It's totally up to you. And then these are the attributes that I went with. I went with a 76 on the close shot, 68 on the layup, 87 on the driving dunk, 58 on the standing dunk, and then 77 on the post control. Now that right there, 76 close shot is enough for you to finish down low. You're gonna have bronze paint prodigy as well too. Driving layup, just enough driving layup for us to finish. If we do get pulled out, if you're, like everybody else that plays this game, you're playing on a real player percentage anyway, so you're not going to have to time the layup anyway. If you do get pulled out of a dunk, you don't want a super low layup. You want a little bit of layup, so that way you still make the and one, or just make the layup when they pull you out of your dunk, which does happen a lot in this game because of ghost contest dudes behind you pulling you out of your dunk animations. 87 driving dunk. Obviously we're going to have some vertical, so we'll have silver posterizer on this build. We'll also have gold aerial wizard on this build, so silver posterizer, gold aerial wizard with contact dunk animations, because we do have an 87 driving dunk. Standing dunk, as long as we reach that threshold of 40, 45 to get those standing dunk animations, that's all we really care about. But the 58 will make it so that you can just dunk it a little bit more consistently when you get those standing dunks. And then the 77 post control is just going to open up those post badges: post up poet, hook specialist, post fade phenom, and of course post powerhouse, all badges that you will have on some level on this build, just because we do have strength on this build and we are going to have a 77 post control. So that just opens up what you can do offensively. You're not just catching dunks and lobs and whatnot, backdoor cuts, alley-oops, middies, and three-point shots, but now you can also add posting on your your build. So if you do go up against small forward or something that's 6'6", 6'7", even 6'8", you can now go into the post and go to work on the post, because most of those builds are not going to have super high levels of interior defense or super high levels of strength. You'll be able to go to work. Moving on to the shooting, we do have a 71 on the mid-range, which is just enough to get silver post fade phenom. As you can see, that badge going to silver. Then we also have an 81 on the three ball, maxed out, getting us bronze deadeye, silver set shot specialist, and we'll also have a shifty shooter on this build too. And then I have a 72 on the free throw, which isn't that great, but I cut corners on the free throw. Usually I try to go at least like 80, 85 on the free throw, because as you guys know, I'm a rec and pro-am player only. I don't play threes at all. But for my park players, if you don't really care about having free throw, you could throw that 72 on and leave it. That's perfectly fine. For my rec players, if you can find a way to finesse it and get, like, at least a 70, 577-ish free throw, maybe even an 80, you're good to go. But 72 just because I was cutting corners to try to, make this build as good as possible as far as reaching certain thresholds. Moving on to the playmaking, though, we do have a 71 on the pass accuracy, which is going to get us break starter on bronze and silver dimer. And then for the ball handle, we do have an 80 on the ball handle, which is going to get us bronze ankle assassin, bronze handles for days, and silver unpluckable. And then we have a 68 for the speed with ball, just so we get that bronze lightning launch. And then finally for the defense, we're looking at a 90 on the interior defense. So that's why I was saying that we're going to be undersized, but we're going to make up for it with our attributes and our physicals. But you're still going to have to fight. If you go up against a 7-1 or something like that, they put you at center and you're going up against a 7-1, you're going to have to fight. 6'10", 6'11", not really much of a difference. But once you get to that 7 foot, 7'1", 7'2", 7'3" aspect of players, which are rare. I've seen 7'1s all the time, but I don't really ever see 7'2s or 7'3s on my center build. It can be, a hassle. I'm not gonna lie to you, but if you are getting matched up against power forwards, you're not gonna have any problem getting stops or anything like that down low when it comes to playing your position at power forward. And you're actually going to be one hell of a help defender as well, too, because you're going to have a 93 block on this build as well, too. For the perimeter defense, I skipped that over, but we're also going to have an 83 on the perimeter defense and a 54 on the steal. So we're looking at 90 interior, 83 perimeter, 54 steal, 93 blocks. So you're looking at gold paint patroller. You're looking at a higher level of high flying denier, at least silver, I believe, for high flying denier. That 90 interior defense is going to get you post lockdown, off ball pass as well too. We're looking at silver challenger and bronze immovable enforcer right now, as well as on ball menace and pick dodger on this build too, because of our agility that we're going to have. But you're basically going to be inside and outside when it comes to defense, which is what I like about this build. You're not a one-dimensional offensive player, and you're not a one-dimensional defender either. You can score with, dunks, layups down low. You can score in the post, alley-oops. You can score in the mid-range, and you can score at the three-point level. And then also you can put the ball on the floor as well because you have an 80 ball handle. So you're very, diverse when it comes to offense. And then defense, you have interior defense, you have perimeter defense, you have blocks. You have, just a mixture of things that you can do to help your team offensively and defensively. Moving on, we have the rebounding, which we're just going to go with an 80 on the defensive rebound and a 50 on the offensive. And the reason why I'm not putting offensive rebound on this build is because we're the stretch four. We're supposed to be stretching the floor. We're not really going to be in the paint at all. Even if we get put at center, we're not really supposed to be in the paint at all. We're supposed to be bringing our matchup out of the paint so they can't just sit paint. Our offense will be able to just cause havoc down low in the paint. If they could get by their man, they're just going to be dunking and laying the ball up just like a layup line, because they're not going to be able to leave you wide open because you're going to be splashing your shots. So the only thing that's really going to matter is your defensive rebound, so you can board up. So we got an 80 defensive rebound, silver box out beast, bronze pogo stick, silver rebound chaser. And at the worst case scenario, you can always just throw a +1 on your rebound chaser just to get a little bit higher level of rebound chaser on this build. Moving on, finally we have the physicals, which we're going to have an 83 on the speed maxed out. We're going to have an 80 on the agility maxed out. We're going to have an 84 on the strength as well too, and then the rest we're going to put into our vertical for an 80 vertical. So there you see we have gold high flying denier with that gold paint patroller with that speed. The agility is going to get us bronze shifty shooter, bronze on ball menace. We're also going to have silver pick dodger and silver slippery off ball. For the strength, we're looking at silver box out beast, Hall of Fame strong handles, silver brick wall, silver immovable enforcer, gold post lockdown, and silver post powerhouse. And then for the vertical, again, silver pogo, silver posterizer with those contact dunk animations, gold aerial wizard, and of course gold high flying denier, which we already had. And then of course when we create our build, you will see these shades of, we see Draymond Green, From the Golden State Warriors, we see Evan Mobley from the Cleveland Cavaliers, and of course we see Scotty Barnes from the Toronto Raptors, and then of course you see our build name, which is the two-way slashing stretch four. So there you have it. This is my two-way slashing stretch four build for NBA 2K25. Please be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe for more NBA 2K25 content, and of course more rare builds like this. I'm out, y'all. Peace.